think that's a good enough lighting, honey. Oh, here looks a mess, child. Push back. That thing pushed all the way to the back. Oh Lord, it's starting early. Starting as soon as. Hello, welcome. I see it's gonna be one of them type of nights. Welcome on in. Ooh, I feel like my lighting is not lighting, honey. Ooh. Hello, I don't know what the hell you're saying, but hello. Not auntie. How old are you, over, to be calling me auntie? And the chain? What chain? Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome in. Hello. How are you? Hello. Good night. Welcome on in, y'all. Hello. It's a little hot in here. It's the auntie for me. Girl, look. It's a whole lot of them. Hey, who is that? T Nikki. Girl, it's a lot. I got a few here, and I want y'all to help me pick which one I should read, and we going to try to go through that shit together, child. Because, you know, these Reddit ones be real messy. They be messy. I kind of like this one here. It says, am I the asshole for not paying my friend back on her birthday? I don't know if that's going to be the one we go with, but that one's been standing out to me. For saying couples on group trips shouldn't get priority. Child, it's all type of stuff. It's a lot of them. But welcome. How are you tonight? I can't get this light right. That's because I'm in my room. The lighting don't be lighting, child. And if I turn it a little bit more, it'll be like so bright. We're going to see how this go. How do you... I'm okay. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing just fine. Getting along very well. And as you in my... Girl, that's my song. I don't need... One day I need to do something like that where I'm just playing music. I'm looking like a little raccoon. Oh. But I know this is so sporadic and it's a Wednesday night, but for me it feels like a Friday because there's no school for the kids tomorrow. So that means I can stay up and I can hang a little bit. And so that's what I came on here to do. So here we are. I want to give people maybe possibly a chance to come in because then they'll be asking me over and over again, what are we doing? What are we reading? Can you start over? Tell me more. So let's give them give them a second. Do you do content? Because I feel like that name looked familiar. See, Nikki. Hello, welcome in. Don't be a stranger. Don't just sit there in the bushes and look at me, child. Oh, everybody out tomorrow? Okay, look at everybody. A whole across the nation. Well, it is a Jewish holiday, and that's everywhere around the world. So, We all collectively off. Isn't that a good vibe? Hello, welcome on in. It's 10 people. Don't be a stranger. Speak. I speak back. Thumbs up the video while you're here. I appreciate you. Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up the video. So, y'all, I went and I looked up, am I the asshole? Am I the only one that watch stuff like that? I don't know. Or come across stuff like that. I came across and I was like, you know what? That would be perfect to go on live and talk about with other people. I have ghost pages. My name probably looked familiar because I was on a panel with you like 2 years ago on here. Really? Not 2 years ago. What we did? I don't remember. You got to refresh my memory. The name do look familiar for sure, though. This one say, am I the asshole for planning international travel without my children? I'm not even going to read that one because, baby, I'll be so biased. Family issues and sister's upcoming wedding. That one sound a little juicy. Can you make it juicy for me? Girl, so many different ones, Lord. Well, I don't want to keep you waiting because you're here and you're impromptu. Well, not even. I'm impromptu. But you're here. And so we can do something real, just to get it a little warm. Hi, Tiara. Nope, that's not Tiara. You know I be needing to put my glasses on, child, so bear with me. And then I got the light shining right in my face. You see it? Is that Tara? Tara the Great. Hello, welcome on in. How are you? I'm trying to find a good one. I'm trying to find a good Am I the Asshole to read. And then we're going to read it. Well, I'm going to read it with y'all. And then we're going to kind of give our thoughts on if they're the asshole or not. I feel like that'll keep us being able to talk. I like coming live, but I hate coming live because I really don't be having a lot to talk about unless I'm unboxing. And I haven't been unboxing anything, y'all. So, yeah. What was your last comment? Hold on. It was a girl talk panel. I think it was 3 or 4 of us on. I was telling y'all some of my stories, and y'all was convincing me to start a story channel. Girl, well, if we convinced, then why the hell you ain't do it yet? Why you ain't do it yet? Hello, welcome in. Don't be a stranger. I won't bite. Say hello. Thumbs up the video. Thumbs up the live. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. I appreciate you. There's a few that I've seen so far that I really like. One is in regards to somebody's wedding and the family, because you know the family situations be real sticky, child. And then there's another one in regards to not making my sister pay her own birthday dinner. Family issues and sister upcoming wedding. There's a few I done seen so far that I like. Mainly sisterish and friend stuff for not paying my friend back on her birthday. That's a little sus. Well, I don't blame you, sis. I don't blame you. You have to be that way, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of the things that I could say, I choose not to just because of that. So, I get it. Anyone that I just read out, y'all kind of find intriguing or no? Some of these are crazy. Am I the asshole for not comforting my friend when he threw up? Like, what? Why should she call my fiance instead of me? No, nothing intriguing. Not letting my fiance's best friend move with us. Child, the list is so long. Look at this. There's so many of them. We'll be here all night. Juicy. Give me a topic what you consider juicy, honey. Can you make it juicy for me? You know what? Let me put am I the asshole juicy topics. Am I the juicy topics? Let's see what they feel like is not the DL man. Lord, that's like I have a friend who does a reaction channel. And we was just talking about one on one. Like, girl, I'm so sick of seeing about them DL men, baby. They out there, and they are around way more than we think. Let's see. Um, child, I put in juicy, child. Um, I don't know. I don't even know if they know what the hell a juicy is. Let me see. DL men. I don't even know what to look. I don't. I don't watch whatever that is that you put there. Girl, mm-mm. It's Gabe Horn. I don't know. I feel like you saying something else. It just came to my mind that you may be saying something else. Does it? T, I can't find it if you're still here, child. I don't even see, like, I would need to, like, do my research, look like, on some really good ones. I remember there was one girl that was on TikTok and she used to do some really great Am I the Souls. Like her videos were really, really good. And then they started submitting their stories to her. And I felt like those were really tea because people were literally pulling up. Hell, you got stories. That would have been great to do an Am I the Asshole. Just don't say it was from you though, you know? There's so many. Like the list goes on. What about scary first dates? Okay, let's see. Scary first dates. I wish we can filter it for to black folks because I feel like a lot of these are just they got a lot of first date stuff, but scary. They got sleeping on a with a guy on the first date, telling her I'm bisexual on the first date. Breaking up with a guy to date another guy, ending the first date quickly, skipping Thanksgiving for the first date. Lord, not not revealing that I have a disability before the first date. Um, taking a friend's ex on the first date. Ditching my date at the restaurant. Maybe type in first date gone wrong. Okay, let me try that. First date gone wrong. Let's see. For excluding our best man's girlfriend the night before the wedding, for not letting my family meet my date on the first date. Garbage dump. Date night gone wrong. My day is going well, Riley. How are you? This person say I'm not an asshole for going to the same date place with every woman I meet. I guess every time you take him on a date, he goes to the same place. That is crazy. Which one? Which one you wanted to hear? What did I say? Not about my job. Telling a date I have a missing tooth. Oh Lord, leaving a date at the restaurant. Which which one you wanted to hear? For not paying for my date, leaving my date at the bar. Girl, for asking the check to be split after my date. Leaving date at the restaurant. Let's see. Now I gotta find it. Mm, okay, leaving a date at the restaurant. I think that's the one. Let me click on that one, child. No, it's not pulling up. Now, why that one don't want to pull up? Isn't that crazy? For leaving my date at the bar. It don't even want to let me click on them. That's weird. I might have something like set up on my you know how you have the browser where you don't want things to pop up? Or is it because it's so many years ago? Let's try one of the newer ones just to click and see. Yeah, that I think that's what it is. I might have something going on where I have a block on. I didn't even think to check. Told my sister that the way she was behaving was creepy. Lord, we're gonna have to spin a block on this one, child. That's why I don't fool around with what's the name? What's the thing that you look up on here? I like Google because of that very reason. Like I don't got time. App store. I don't have time. Um Let me download Google. Girl, I'm so unorganized. Yeah, but for whatever reason, it doesn't want me to open it. So I'm gonna have to, and then I can put it up on my phone, but child, that's what I'm live with, so I can't even do that. That's crazy. Crazy work. Let me try something else. Yeah, it just won't let me click on them. Cause I'm clicking even on the one somebody sent something at 6 minutes ago. Am I the asshole for telling off the neighbor who was driving me around for out of town errands when she was driving horribly? Like how you gonna be ungrateful and somebody driving you around? Make it make sense. That be them folks that have the audacity. I don't know why it won't let me. It won't let me click on them. Hey Anna. Girl, I'm trying to read the Am I asshole, but it won't let me click on them, child. So I don't know what's happening here. I must have some type of block on my. Oh, look. It let me click on this one. Am I the asshole for uninviting my sister in law for my wedding after she leaked that I'm pregnant? I'm 26 weeks. Well, I'm 26 years old. I'm 10 weeks pregnant. My partner is 28, and I told our immediate family early, but made it very clear we weren't telling everybody else until the first trimester. Last night, my fiance's sister posted a story on Instagram. It was to get ready with me for a family dinner we had last weekend. She then casually, indirectly talks about becoming an auntie. She tagged me and my fiance. I saw it when I got a notification that I was tagged. I had over 50 messages from distant friends and coworkers before I could even process it. We hadn't even told our friends yet. I was so mad. Called her screaming. She tried to say it was an accident and she forgot. I told her she was invited from our wedding. She cried. My future in-laws are very mad, saying I'm overreacting and ruining the family over a silly social media post. My fiance is on my side. Am I the asshole? Hello. Okay, I gotta go and look at it. Thank you, Anna. Do y'all feel like she's the asshole? Her sister-in-law uh spilled the beans, okay, and told everybody that they was pregnant, they was expecting, and yeah, no. Is that a G? Oh, that's Q. QMB. I'm doing great. How are you? I am Indian. Is okay. She's not wrong. I think I would have been pissed off too, especially if it was a surprise. And then you told everybody you spilled the surprise. Yeah, I agree. I would have been very pissed off about that also. Would I have went as far as saying that you can't come to the wedding though? Or telling her she can't be in the wedding or whatever the case? I don't know if I would have went that far. But I definitely would have been pissed off. For sure. Most definitely would have been pissed off because what are you doing? And then the fact that you're saying, oh, I didn't remember and I didn't try to. You didn't even have no business tagging me. I mean, I guess you could have tagged me on the pictures, but you get what I'm trying to say. Oh Lord, this one is too long, y'all. Hey, Kiana. It say, am I the asshole for expecting my wife to visit my family for the holidays? Now, I want to go through this just because I feel like a lot of us are pressured, peer pressured, into going around the family during the holiday time, even though we don't really want to fuck with them like that. So, my wife is 32 and I'm 33, married over 2 years ago, and she is still salty about what my parents wore to the wedding. What they wore to the wedding? I don't want to prejudge. My dad wore jeans with a blazer, and my mom wore a Patagonia. It got to be from some other culture, like vest under a silk shirt that was clearly visible in Crocs. Maybe they want to be comfortable. Maybe maybe their feet, they had issues. I understand that was definitely not wearing appropriate attire, and I did tell them what to wear. However, having to deal with them my entire life, I cannot say I'm surprised. She said she's so upset because our wedding photos were not nice to look at. And she never framed them. Now, I will say that being married, I had to learn and differentiate that what my in-laws do ain't got shit to do with my husband. But I feel like a lot of the times you group them together. So you feel like, why you ain't had them under control? When it's like, bitch, I can't control none of them. They grown. And it does make sense. That's just like if my family came through and did what the hell they wanted to do. I can't control anything. But I understand a little. My dad also yelled at the waiter, which was bad. But she didn't know until after the wedding, and my sister managed to get him under control, so it didn't impact the wedding. We fought about this a few days at the end of the wedding, but it died down, and we stopped discussing it partly because my parents live 7 hours away, so she never interacted with him after the wedding. She told them she wasn't visiting my family. Oh, she told me that she wasn't visiting my family and took it to mean that year, which was fine as the memory was too fresh. Okay, so she said that year she wasn't going to the family festivities. And then we had our son 8 months ago, and she refuses to come to see my parents for the holidays. How y'all feel about that so far? It says, I would understand if it was that she wasn't feeling well, but she's feeling amazing. Not him wanting her to sweep it up under the rug. It's almost giving that her feelings are invalid. I understand how she feels exact. I get it. I get it. I would understand if it was that she wasn't feeling well, but she's feeling amazing. She basically just don't want to interact with my family. Do you blame her? My parents are not easy to deal with, and you're calling it out. My dad is not friendly, and he's bitter from being unaccomplished, so that basically has left him with a miserable attitude. And you want your wife to associate herself with that. I feel like he's not even protecting her. Where's the protection? I want to feel protected when I'm in a union. You know that your parents are very toxic because he said it himself. However, visiting over a year and sucking it up for a few hours a day when he wasn't actually blown up or made comments towards my wife beyond at the beginning, blah, 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 blah. She refuses to travel. That's the moral of the story. Even with her having an 8-month-old. And of course, she don't want her child around that nonsense. So for making her want to come or making her feel bad for not wanting to come. In this day and age, I feel like protecting your peace is the most important thing. If you feel like somebody's going to make you feel uncomfortable, you definitely shouldn't go. If it's tolerable, go and don't stay long. Yeah. But I'm going to need him because she said, I'm going to need him to be on his wife's side because if the shoe was on the other foot, I definitely feel like he wouldn't show up. You know how men go. They ain't showing up. If they feel uncomfortable, baby, they ain't showing up. So I believe that as a man, he wouldn't have shown up or wanted to. But I could be wrong. Now, what I do feel like, y'all, is that I need to go through a lot of these in my assholes type prompts and even see if this even is worth doing on lives. I just feel like, for me, I like to go live, but I feel like I don't have a lot to talk about. It's one thing if you're getting on live and you're unboxing. I was telling T that if she's still here, it's different if you're doing an unboxing. It's different if you're doing like I don't know, whatever the case. But if you want to come live and you're not really doing anything and y'all just sitting there looking at each other, staring at each other, and other people are not really talking back, it's like, well, dang, I can't really go live because I don't know what to talk about. I mean, I'm talking, but I need people to talk back, if that makes sense. So for me, I'm like, well, this will make sense because then I'm talking about this. It'll keep me, you know, and then the people can respond back and interact. And in that way, it's a give and take rather than just taking. Right. And so it's like, I want to be live. I want to be live and I want to interact. And tonight might not be a great night. Granted, this was very spontaneous. It's the middle of the week. Um, there's no school here tomorrow. So that's why I decided to jump on live because I'm like, well, maybe I can catch some folks out here in these YouTube streets. And so that's what influenced me to pull up. But I just was like, well, I want to go live, but what the hell am I going to talk about? And then I was going to go live and I made me a seafood boil, which is waiting on me, honey. And I was going to eat it with y'all. Then I'm like, I don't want them to be looking at me eating like how I ain't got no manners. So that's what I decided to do. I'm like, okay, well, let me look up these because I like I like story times. Thank you, Anna. And I like being able to interact and engage with y'all. So that's the thing. Let me see if I see one more. So we have embarrassing my mom at a family dinner. Um, why would she call my fiance instead of me? I don't know what that's about. For not paying my best friend back on her birthday. I almost want to do that one because I'm all for, but then I might be real biased because I don't like stuff like that when it comes to friends. Um, Hey, Shawana Boo. It say I'm 19 and a group of friends. They're young, y'all. They're young. So we got to get them some grace. Recently went on a girls trip to another city for our friend's birthday. We booked a pretty budget Airbnb. However, we are all university students, so between flights, accommodation, and going out, this was expensive weekend for us. Okay. So they penny pinching, y'all. The birthday girl had no issue with paying her share for accommodation and flights, and we cover her food and drinks. Okay. Okay. Because I've seen some people who birthday, they pay for the entire trip. So I can't. Okay. We all got ready together. And when I say pay for the entire trip, they paid because they wanted people to be able to join. So, because, a lot of times people say they can't come because they don't have the funds. So, a lot of the times people be like, you know what, I just pay, y'all just show up. That type of thing. I covered the room. You got to cover your flight. That type of thing. To kind of eliminate stuff when you want people to travel internationally. So, I kind of get that a little bit. We all got ready together and had dinner. We had pre-drinks at the Airbnb. When we went into town, birthday girl found a nice young man and ended up going back to his house for the night. Hey, Neeks. Welcome on in. After we got home, birthday girl is demanding I pay her back for the price of the accommodation and she didn't end up sleeping. Okay. Did y'all just hear me? I'm going to spin the block on that one. Basically, sister's saying they all chipped in on the room. Birthday girl got up there, ended up meeting her whole little snatch. Got the snack, got with him, went to the room and stayed with him the entire time of the weekend. And she's feeling like, well, why the hell I needed to give y'all anything when I wasn't laying my head there? What do y'all think about that? I personally feel like, and I haven't read all of it, honey, you done submitted your payment at this point. Like, you choosing not to stay here has nothing to do with we booked an accommodation for everybody to pay. Hello. Hello. Hello, Anna. Hello, Anna Boo. Like, we're on the same page. There's no way you expected me to pay back something that we pre-booked and came up to. Okay, so for instance, if it's 5 of us in the chat and we say we're gonna go 5 ways, and then when we get out of town, Neeks decided she want to go and slide. Or Miss Shawana slide, she want to go and slide. Or Annabelle, one of y'all. We going to say one of y'all out of the group decide that y'all want to go and slide. And then y'all come and spin a block and say, look, since I didn't stay and I found somebody while I was out of town, I shouldn't even have to pay no more. Okay. After we got home, birthday girl is demanding now. They said demanding. Hey, Donzel, welcome in. Hello. Girl, I ain't see you in the comments. I almost didn't even recognize the name. I ain't see you in the chat in so long. Look at you and Donzel pulling up at the same time. So I'm reading them out of asshole. It's for not paying my friend back on her birthday. Long story short, there's a group of friends. They're younger, so we're giving them grace. They decided to book a trip. They equally pay, including the birthday girl. Equally paid their share of the room. Birthday girl gets there and ended up finding her a little snack and decides to go ahead back to the room with the snack. And so now she's feeling like, well, y'all, I didn't even stay at that room. Give me my portion of my money back because I was with my snack and not with y'all. Maybe get the birthday snack to pay because I ain't paying back. Hello. Kiana. Hello. She definitely feels like she's right. This concept is really nice. You could have like a glass of wine, something like that, and chit chat. I really like this concept. I think you should do it more. Okay. Here's my glass, child. Here go my glass. Cheers. I haven't been drinking it, but I did pour it. I agree. I agree. Fifi, unless they said, okay, it's your birthday, birthday girl, you don't have to pay. But if everybody left in the state saying that this is an equality trip, you cannot spin the block and say, but let's see how far she took it. Because they said she demanded a refund. You got your drink too, Shawana. What you drinking? What is everybody drinking? Is people drinking in the building? What are y'all drinking? If y'all are just coming in, there's no school tomorrow, so I'm having a good old time. I would still pay even if they say no. This is what they said. She demanded her refund I pay her back for the price of the accommodation because she didn't end up sleeping there. Now, look at everybody. Wine. Annabelle, you got wine too? We got beer, wine. Okay, and I have, y'all can guess. Y'all already know what I have. After we got home, I keep reading the same part. She also is now claiming she never should have paid because it's her birthday. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Initially, I was kind of feeling some type of way about that she had to pay because it was her birthday. But like I said, I've seen people who pay because they want people to join. And I honestly feel like I would be one of those ones if I had it like that, where I'd be like, okay, I'll pay for a group of us to come. Just come. But I'm not covering you. I'm not your mama. I ain't babysitting you the whole weekend. But I'll pay for the accommodations. Just come on. So you book your flight and everything else. Now, a lot of people wouldn't do that. I'm not saying I would. I'm saying that I've seen it done, especially like on Love, what is it? Atlanta Housewives, baby, they be paying for everything. Okay, to the Stella Rose. Birthday doesn't mean you get everything. I agree. You're right. Some people do be wanting to be wine and dine and spoiled, but she got to redirect that energy, as Kiana said, to the snack that she ended up being with. So it says, this I agree with somewhat, but she had no issue with it when we were planning in the States. Hello. I booked the Airbnb under my name and paid for it, and now she's asking me to pay her back the whole amount. I explained that I don't have the money. I would have to ask the 6 other girls to send me their share. Even split 6 ways after spending a lot of money that weekend. A lot of the girls, including me, don't really have the money anymore. Baby, they're college students. I agree. I agree. But if I had it, I would do something like the people them on RHOA. Not you done drunk the whole bottle. Neeks is over there leaning. Lord. Okay, so it says, I also think she doesn't really have a great reason to be refunded. We all used the space in the evening and she kept all her things there overnight. She didn't bring up anything at the time or the next morning, only now over text when we're all back home. Am I the asshole for not paying her ass back? Hey, who is that? Plot Racer? How are you? So what do y'all feel? I feel like we done already established that sis is out of her goddamn mind. She wants them to treat her like they're, uh, like, is it saying it right? They're her man. Yeah, she's barking up the wrong tree, basically. She's definitely out of her money. I agree. I don't think anybody in here, I don't know, that would be willing. So far, Anna said no, Fifi said no, Kiana said no. So far, Shawana done said no. Like, I just feel like at this point, nobody's willing to pay her back. She done bumped her whole head, honey. Am I the asshole for not wanting to share stuff with boyfriend? What y'all think she talking about with that one? I'm trying to find something that's juicy. Am I the asshole for making a joke of my roommate? Family issues and sister's upcoming wedding. Y'all know how that be. Um, there's so many, y'all. That's the thing. Like, we could be here all day scrolling. I'll get you a chicken. I agree. I'll buy you a drink. Baby, you not getting your money back. I'm sorry. We done already done went and came back and you pulling back up talking about getting your money? It was another one that said about the fiance. Why did you reach out to my fiance instead of me? Hello. I definitely agree. If she want to ask anybody, ask the man. Ask the man. He's the one. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find another one. And I don't want it to be super long. Okay, let's see what the hell and why the hell. Oh, this one's short. Why would she call my fiance instead of me? My mom is seriously driving me crazy. I went back to my hometown this past weekend and stayed at her house overnight. Can they filter it by age? Because I feel like all of these are very childish and very young. But let's see. Since I live out of town, around dinner, my best friend from high school picked me up so we can go grab some food. She's been driving her grandpa's old truck lately because her car is having issues. Well, I just found out that my mom actually called my fiance and told him I got in some truck with a guy and drove off. Not the mama trying to stir up some drama. The mom called and said her daughter got in some truck with a guy and drove off. Now, if that ain't crazy, dang, that's messed up. If anybody supposed to hold a secret, baby, it be your own family. Scandalous. I agree. Hey, Dr. Brown, welcome on in. Um, she put like, first of all, that's so not me. Second, why wouldn't she just ask me instead of jumping to conclusions? Am I overreacting or is she weird as hell? I feel like we all can collectively say that Mom Dukes is definitely weird as hell. she she really was in her feelings and wanted to stir up some drama. That was a very short one. That was messed up. Oh Lord, this one is long, y'all. I just got done with my premiere. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Dr. Brown done came in and tagged the whole gang. Even if I did get in a whole vehicle with anyone, mom need to keep it to herself. Right. Like you would think your family can sometimes be they do. They're definitely the worst. Hey, Favor. Oh, congrats, Dr. Bryant. I'm doing very well. Okay. Drive safe. Baby, this is a long one. It's long enough. Maybe it's just this because it's they don't section it out, child. It says, I love my boyfriend. I really do. We have been dating for 7 months with little issues. But I'm very much a person that values their own space. I can respect that. And I'm recently finding it harder and harder to pretend I'm annoyed with little things like sharing my stuff. Ooh, okay. I know it sounds bad and it's very much something I probably need to figure out how to get over. But it really makes me feel like a shitty person. I get annoyed. The most recent internal struggle I'm having is my wardrobe. My room is really small. Due to other issues and busy. Hold on, I'm trying to skim it, y'all. I'm really trying to skim it. It's not enough room for her clothes. And I love to put seasonal stuff away in a suitcase and big coats in another room as is. Now, sis, imagine you're dating someone and it's time for y'all to come together. You're going to have to consolidate or get enough a house to hold all the clothes. And apparently that's not what happened here. And she's pissed off. He recently just chose a drawer. Oh, he chose a drawer. Okay. And has been putting some stuff in there without even talking to me about it. And keeps referring to it as his drawer. Now, I feel like even growing up in my day, the least a man can do when y'all really dating is get him a drawer, right? Yeah, I definitely feel like she's doing too much. And he's like, do you want the man or no? A drawer is just a little, Hey, Stephanie. She gonna have them clothes, but no man. Woo, that sound like the truth. Um, apparently he built some other drawers, and he only got one, and she got the eight. So it's you definitely the asshole. I don't even gotta finish reading it. She's definitely the asshole. And I know it sounds selfish. This is what she goes to say now. But it's my drawers. It's my drawers. It's my money and I want it now. Okay. I haven't even gotten to organize, and I don't know if I have room for his stuff. So did she not think about this before? Okay. But the way he keeps carrying on about it, and my mom telling me I'm putting too much pressure on it, making me feel like I'm a bad person. I'm also struggling with sharing my bed. I'm with Fifi. Sis definitely gonna be alone. This bro so she had him over there working, and then turn around and say, but you don't get one. It's giving Tyrone, honey, but you can't use my phone. You can't use none of my drawers. Nick, because why would you? I couldn't even. I like. She already knew she was dead wrong. She said it. I guess she just feel like there's one person in the world that might agree with her. Yeah. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait. We might be giving the man too much grace. Hold on. She put. He keeps carrying on and putting pressure on her. She's struggling sharing a bed, and he's unemployed. Hold on, because that's probably the issue. He's unemployed. Morgan, hello. Welcome in from Bali. He's apparently unemployed, y'all. And that's probably what's turning her off for real. And so every other little thing, I've seen this happen before, is just a trigger. Like, you not even contributing much, but you want a whole drawer. That's how sis is feeling. And I can't say I mean, do you blame her? do you blame Do you blame her? I don't know. Ugh. Yeah, that would turn me off too a little bit. Sir, you only get one drawer. Lord, not it don't matter. It doesn't matter if your friends tell you. I used to love that song. Um, okay, it don't matter. Fifi said it don't matter, child. You still get a drawer or three. That's true. If she don't want him, let him go. But maybe he just recently lost a job. Maybe she's trying to give him the opportunity to find a job. She don't go into that much detail. She said honestly feels too much. I have to wear earbuds. Wait, hold on. I must have missed something. Okay, so he's doing some snoring. Now, mind y'all, I'm a snorer. So I might be a little biased to this one. But she says that it's a little too much. He's taking over her drawers, he's taking over her bed, he's snoring, and she can't get no sleep, and he don't even work. So she has to get up, barely sleep, and while he sleep all day. She said, send him here. I need a dresser and drawers. Woo! You know what? She needs to let it go. Yeah, she don't like that he snores. She don't like her in his bed. She don't like him in the drawer. Yeah, she got a lot going on. Oh, hold on, y'all. It keeps going. It stresses her out, apparently. This stresses her out. He puts his bottle between the side of the bed and wall. And it's scraping it when I just painted it. At this point, Sis is nitpicking. You mean to tell me she just finding anything at this point, anything. If he sneezed too hard, breathe too hard, it's a turn off. This girl says he put a bottle and it's scraping the wall and she just painted. Okay. This just went left. I thought it was gonna be something else and it went. He also stresses me out when he takes some of my sauce or a dumpling. Not the food too. Hi, Susan. Not the food too. Welcome in. Okay, Morgan, I'm gonna remember that. Not a CPAP. She's too tender for a relationship. I do believe that that is the case. Hola. I do believe that that is the case. So I'm reading a story if you're just coming in. And if you're just coming in, please thumbs up the live. I appreciate you. Just a quick synopsis. Sister Honey Girl has a whole man and they've been dating for 7 months. Apparently, he's moving too fast in her eyes. He's trying to take a drawer or three, even though he built it. She don't want him eating her food. He snores. He's taking over her bed. And it's starting to really trigger some things. And she's not really happy with him. And she wants to know if she's the asshole. She wants to know. And, oh, I forgot. He's unemployed. Okay. She says she's been wearing her earbuds so that she can be able to sleep. He changes the scent in her room, which stresses her out. So I guess he's using his own candle. Okay, Morgan. She said, I only cook a specific. To tell me you got a whole man staying with you and you only cooked enough for you? Fifi, you're right. She don't want a man. She want to be by herself. She's moving like she's by herself. That's for sure. And then I'm left with an even amount of dumplings or sauce. I get so stressed out and annoyed. I am aware that I'm the problem, though. So what was the point of her posting? Y'all, I just wasted all that time, and sis already knows she's the problem. Yeah. Look, Meeks, I personally feel like that's the problem because as a woman who appreciate a man who can definitely provide and do some things around the house or contribute somehow, I would be turned off too if you're coming over, taking my drawers, changing the scents, eating up all the food, no contributions pretty much, but being there and building, Bob the Builder. Aside from that, that probably would get on my nerves. But then I would have to agree with Fifi where she said that he just needs to go. She needs to be by herself. And Meek said she just need to get her a rose. I agree with all of that. Shawana, no money. That's why she's feeling some type of way. I think that's why she's behaving as such. I feel like she'll have more grace. She'll have more patience had he had more money. Have we not all been there? Or maybe not necessarily money, but there was something in the person that you dated where it was just like, Lord, I can't deal. I done tried, but I can't. I could, but I won't. We done all been there. Who gonna admit to it though? Who gonna admit to it? Bingo. Look. Susan gets it. I'm trying to find another one, y'all. This one here, so they have a thread that says, um, the best of Am I the Asshole post. And so people came up under there and put links to ones that they thought were pretty good. And so uh, this one says, now I want to read it, y'all, because what? Oh dang, it doesn't have it. Oh, and you know when they erase it, I feel like it's because the person ends up seeing it. Oh, that sucks. And it won number one. But basically, the title of it was, "Am I the asshole for bringing my sister-in-law's wallet to the restaurant when she conveniently always forgets it?" Is that not hilarious? You mean to tell me she be going out with people and forgetting her wallet in hopes of someone? I wanted to see that one because I wanted to see how she did it. I'm pretty sure she was slick with it. Um, okay, let's see about this one. Oh Lord, this is a long one. This is a long one, y'all. I'm reading this from, yes, Reddit, reddit.com. But I need to find, before I do this again, I need to find some really good ones so that I can be able to have them back to back instead of me spending time browsing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to spend more time talking to y'all than to be browsing trying to find some good ones. Um, this one say how I fought my boyfriend's medical bill. I don't know if we should go with that one, but these are the top ones of that particular year. Um, it say this one is jaw dropping. Okay, even though I'm 23 and American, my parents are immigrants and therefore I have a different cultural upbringing than most. One thing that was hammered into my head from a young age was to always, always bring a small gift when visiting anyone's house. Anybody else was brought up like that? Don't come empty-handed. I was brought up, and I'm an African American, honey, and yeah, it's I can't show up to a party without bringing something. Um, or I'll check first before I show up. Is there anything you want me to bring? Do you need me to stop and get something? Or I just bring something. Like, you can't go wrong with a bottle of wine or something, right? Like, yeah. I was definitely, you can't come empty handed to people's house and sit around and eat up their food and yeah. So apparently she was brought up the same way, and I'm glad I wasn't the only one because Susan said she was, as well as Neeks. It's 9 of y'all in here. If you just came in, or 6, I can't really see my vision, child. But make sure you thumbs up the live. I appreciate you. And come on out the bushes and talk with us. We're talking here. Talk back. I'm not going to bite you. It doesn't matter if it's family or friends or the one person you kind of know. You just got to bring something. Okay. My boyfriend is 28 and I have been dating him for almost 4 years. And since we both work from home, he suggested we make dinner with his parents a weekly thing since we haven't been able to see each other much for obvious reasons. I love his parents, so obviously I agreed. Every week I made sure to bring something small to show my appreciation for them for cooking for us. A small bottle of wine. Look, I just talked about that. Of a dessert, some flowers, any type of good gesture. I love that. I love that. They could always come to my house. If you coming with a good, nice little gesture, come on. If you're not, stay home, child. Now, this has been going on for a few months and absolutely didn't notice anything out of the ordinary until yesterday when my boyfriend and I were preparing to head over. I'd gotten a cute vase of daffodils since luckily I'd found some in bloom. And my boyfriend's mom really loved them. So apparently them her favorite flowers, child. But my boyfriend suddenly got really mad and asked why I kept bringing stuff over every week like his parents were a charity case. So apparently he's not aware of the culture. Her culture, the culture. Okay. A charity case? I feel like he should have brought this to the attention immediately that, yeah, you don't have to bring anything in our culture that's a sign of disrespect or whatever the case. Yeah, you don't wait till I bring stuff for quite some time and then turn around and say, I got an issue. What do you think this is? But I personally feel like the parents must have said something, right? What y'all think? Is it a guy thing, or do you feel like the parents said something to him, so he's saying something to her? Let's keep it moving. Honestly, I got super confused. Me too, sis. Me too. And asked him what the problem was. And I've always done this with everyone, including his friends. So what's the problem, sir? That is what a cult that is. Hold on, look, me trying to read how they be writing is just throwing me off, honey. She basically said it's a cultural thing, but then he got even madder and told me to stop imposing my culture on everyone because it's since I'm white. Okay, so I get it here. We're dealing with two. So maybe I don't know. Is that a thing? Do you not show up with something in that culture? Because I don't know. Let's see. At that point, I didn't feel like going anywhere with him and just gave him the flowers and went for a walk while he drove over to dinner by himself. I know that's right. After he came home, he still had the flowers, which he gave to me and told me he was sorry, but his parents really were super annoyed with me constantly bringing stuff over. I told you, Susan, I believe it was the parents too. Yeah, it could be definitely they just don't like her. Maybe. It could be maybe they don't like her race. They don't like her because if you don't like her upbringing, I can understand though. Like everybody's not gonna be, yeah. But when you're dealing with merging cultures, you kind of have to give grace, right? Like you have to kind of, you definitely gonna have to communicate in regards to saying, you look, no, this is a little offensive. You don't do it all the time. We don't mind, but maybe not all the time. But yeah, um. I got a text from his dad later on asking me to not come over for dinner anymore. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. That seemed a little sus. Now my girlfriend's giving me the cold shoulder unless I give his parents a huge apology. Oh, my boyfriend. Now my boyfriend's giving me the cold shoulder unless I give my his parents a huge apology. They were the ones who, how on earth? My husband is white and I have never dealt with that. Okay, was the look at neats coming through. Well, I don't know where they from, but apparently I agree, Susan, run. That's what that's giving. Run. Because what? Now they're nitpicking and trying to find reasons to, Um, I truly don't feel like I'm wrong for trying to be nice to them, and you're not. She asked, is she the asshole? Then she put a quick edit at the bottom. I didn't realize you could edit posts directly, but I'm in a hurry to convince him to let me go over to his parents' house. I did post a brief update, in fact, in my most recent comment. So apparently, people commented, and a lot of people were saying where they're from, this and that, this and that. Controlling, manipulative, gaslighter. Absolutely, I agree. I don't feel like that's a reason to tell somebody not to come over for dinner anymore, though. And truth be told, I don't want to come over for dinner anymore. Once I would have got that memo, that's all I needed. Cause now I don't even trust eating your food. That where was that from? Where did that come from? Where did that stem from? Why? Because he could have easily told her, yeah, in our culture, we don't really. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. And then it would have been like, oh no, no worries, my bad, no hard feelings or no. This is just how I. That's just like um growing up. I had a lot of Haitian friends, and so when you would go over, it's always the kissing. Spanish folks too. It's always the, you know. And I'm in a, black. I mean, they're black, but American household. So it's just like you just walk in and make sure you speak and you bring something, but you don't have to go and do all that kissing. If anything, you can do a little hug, maybe, if you choose to, but it's not a requirement. The Haitians would literally be looking like, how she just walking on in and not saying. So it hadn't got to a point where I would go around and be doing like and then it started getting a little uncomfortable for me because I'm like, well, this ain't what we do here. I'm not normally used to just going around and peeing people, and I don't really, but she let me know that that's something that they do, and I respect that. And I chose at certain occasions to just sit that one out because I don't want to have to go around and do all that. Definitely an unhealthy situation. Who's on a CPAP? I'm looking at the other ones that made the top 10 or whatever. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all some of the stuff that. Oh, okay, okay. Let me tell y'all some of the stuff that it says. It says, "Am I the asshole for being mad? My boyfriend won't make noodles." Um, am I the asshole for refusing to sign anything while my eyes are blindfolded or something? I'm not sure. Am I the asshole for banning my brother's girlfriend from my Easter celebration because she sent me a spreadsheet of chores and landscaping I need to do beforehand? Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend's friends I make twice what he does when they called me a gold digger and he defend me? Am I the asshole for making sexy poses while neighbor kept something? Am I the asshole for I didn't go to my brother's wedding over a bridesmaid's dress? Dropping our dinner on the ground. Asking my guests to pay $10 to come to my whatever. Something to come to. I've seen the machine before, but I didn't I know. Help me to understand. Is it to keep them awake while they're sleeping? Because I've definitely seen it before. But I've never really looked into it because I've never known anyone who actually used them. I've just seen them. I'm gonna give Neeks a few minutes to respond because I'm pretty sure. There's so much. I wish they had a thread just for a specific topic. When T first came in, she asked me if there was any download conversations or anything in regards to first time dating. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm spending too much time scrolling trying to find a good topic, child. It's so many. Have y'all ever scrolled on this website, Reddit, and come across all of these? People are literally going online asking people how they feel about stuff. Meanwhile, everybody be like, "Oh, I don't give a damn what nobody feel," and there's a whole thread of people who's giving a damn about what people feel, or at least I guess trying to rule out that they were not wrong in the decision that they made. I It basically keeps you breathing because without it, you will stop breathing. Wow. Hi, LaDon. Thank you. Yeah, y'all. So I went over about 3 or 4 stories. I think I did about 4 stories or so. I'm definitely gonna do this. I'm gonna keep this up. I just have to find some. If you happen to find some, send me some directly that you feel will be juicy for conversation, because there are so many that we can talk about. Um, but I like this because it's very much engaging. Oh, it's good for snoring. Child, I may need to look into that. 'Cause when I tell you I be sound like a little lawnmower, I definitely need to look into that. I remember I seen something where had strips and all type of stuff for. All are done. I appreciate that. Come through with the 2 years. Okay? I appreciate that. Girl, we just were doing a Am I the Asshole story time. There's so many to go through. I was trying to pick one more before I got off of here, but there's so many. And my mind goes to, I'm so indecisive, so I'll be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and feel like, oh no, that's not a good one. Nope, that's not a good one. Nope, that's not a good one either. It's the won't my boyfriend went and made noodles. At this point, I just want to hear this. This the last one. Okay, this sounds dumb, but hear me out. I have always been a picky eater, especially when it comes to tomatoes. If you're a picky eater, I'm gonna just start right here. You should be making your own food. That's just how I feel. Okay, Neeks, I appreciate you coming in. So you do story times? I'm gonna have to check out your channel, honey, because I love a good story time. Where do you find your story times from? Do people send them to you, or do you discover them from somewhere? Or do you get them off TikTok or something of that sort? This is my last one, and I'm gonna go ahead and get off here anyway, because girl, I got a whole little crowd boiling now waiting on me, honey. I can hear it calling my name. I hear it. It say, ever since I was a kid, my dad would make my spaghetti different from the rest of the house. We already know this about to be crazy. I like having an essence of the sauce flavor on the noodles, but not the overpowering flavor of having noodles bathed in sauce. So here's where it gets a bit odd. My dad would separate my spaghetti from the families after putting the sauce on and then would rinse. Honey, but you're not with your daddy, okay? TikTok, Instagram, or just research. Okay. My boyfriend has known about this since we first started dating. Okay, well, at least she was up front. Have a good night, Neeks. Um, he always told me my food habits were cute. Okay, so it sounds like a case of he's getting sick of your ass. We have been dating for almost 3 years now and moved in together. And at the beginning of the pandemic, so we could be in lockdown together. Ever since we moved in together, he insisted on taking charge of cooking and all cooking related tasks. And he assigned me the role of cleaning the apartment. Okay. We split the other tasks straight down the middle. Everything was perfect, and he always seemed so be making noodles the way I like it. Okay, everything was perfect. Apparently, he was making the noodles the way she like them. This was until last week when they had spaghetti last time. We ate and everything was good, but afterwards he started teasing me, saying things like, "You really like your pasta with an essence of tomato. And how was your tomato essence, babe?" So that made her upset. Because I would think that's just creating conversation, but let me keep going. Always using finger quotes around the word essence. After a few comments, I felt something was off and asked him if I had done anything wrong. When he finally stopped laughing, he told me the truth. He said, "I didn't do anything different than I usually do. I have never been making it the way you have requested." So he has not been doing what daddy was doing with the whole separation, baby. He has not been doing that. Apparently, the entire time we've been living together, he's just been skipping the pasta sauce on my noodles entirely. He claimed that if I didn't notice for this long, that it shouldn't matter that he's making dinner in a way that is easier for him. Hello. I agree. You know what? That could be. Apparently, the entire time we've been living together, he's been making it. Da, 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 da. He claimed that if I didn't notice for all this long time, what's the difference? I agree. I disagreed. I think lying was a huge breach of trust. Okay, Kira, keep going, keep going. Not a huge breach of trust. About some noodles. I think I have admittedly been active. Hold on. I have admittedly been acting passive aggressively to him since then. But he thinks he did nothing wrong. Am I overreacting? Am I the asshole? She edited, my boyfriend found the post and is not happy. That is the worst. When you do stuff like this, like story times or anything of this sort, the person who you're talking about finding it. But the thing is, she didn't say who she was and she's anonymous. So how you upset? I'm debating pouring the sauce directly down the drain to spite him. So they still going at it about the hello, the whole just eat the noodles and move on. At least he cook. Cause not too many men out here doing that. They expecting us to do it. So I agree with that one. Chai LaDon said chai. She definitely fooling. These new age women are nuts. God bless a man that can and will cook. Hello. And she can't cook apparently. That's probably that now you know what that's probably the case for real. Cause how you big mad at that? So now she mad that he found out or he's mad that she even made this post to begin with. Edit two. So a lot has happened since this morning. Y'all may be happy to hear we broke up. About the noodles? Baby, that relationship couldn't stand a chance. If y'all breaking up about noodles, it's just best to go on y'all separate ways because you know how much more challenging situations will come. They broke up, y'all. We had a huge blow up fight since he found the post, which led to me breaking up with him. He did not like being called a predator. I must have skipped that. You know, I be summarizing. And I started to think y'all had a point about that. So I ended up breaking up with him. Oh, maybe it was in a comment somewhere. Kiana, you're right, though. You're right. It didn't stand a chance. That relationship ain't stand a chance. It ain't stand a chance. If you're new and y'all tap the screen, like the video, or like it. You can go in the corner and press the like, and then you can also press a little heart button. I appreciate y'all tapping the screen. Hey, my man keeps cooks, I eat it, and vice versa. Sometimes I would love, you know what I'm saying? Like, who don't want to come home to food being cooked or prepared or ready? I don't give a damn about the noodles touching this and that and this and that or whatever she got going on. Baby, Kiana, what Kiana said, that relationship was as weak as a noodle. Do you hear me? It wasn't gonna stand a chance. He attempted to plead with me a bit. My parents pay our rent. They must be young. I can't even relate to that because I can't see me paying for my son and his girlfriend to shack. Maybe if I had it like that. Even then, like what? Okay. Okay. Um, my parents pay our rent, so he can't afford the place without me. Kiana definitely wins. That one took the cake. LaDon say, Lord, they broke up. LaDon, we knew they weren't going to make it to the end, child. Because if you're fighting over food and the preparation of it, not that he won't cook or not that he just filthy and don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? Literally because he's cooking, but he's not cooking it the way your daddy did it. Go be with your daddy, child. That's what it's giving. I be noticing that. Like a lot of the times people be, yeah, hello. He definitely will. I agree. He won't have no trouble at all. The only issue is the paying of the rent, though. Because what's that about? Now, some things I found out in the argument. First, he is not a pharmacist like he always told me. So he been lying about his occupation? He just works at CVS. He just works at CVS. Okay. Second, he has actually cheated on me multiple times with other girls that go to my college. And lastly, and worst of all, he has never actually been allergic to dogs and just doesn't like mine. Baby, that damn relationship didn't stand a chance. It didn't stand a chance. It didn't stand a chance. It didn't stand a chance. No way, Jose. He been cheating. He don't like her dog. What was the other thing? And he lied about being a pharmacist and only work at CVS. Child, the moral of that story is you got to be careful who you messing around with. Baby, let them pull up and show receipts or something, because imagine thinking your man is a whole pharmacist because he works at CVS. Meanwhile, he's just a cashier. And nothing wrong with being a cashier, but why lie? Yeah, the noodles was definitely the top of the top of the line. The fact that she didn't want this to touch that, and because her daddy, like, yeah, no. LaDon, hello. Maybe maybe this me going real far, real far. But maybe he was in school to be a pharmacist. So that's why they were paying the rent in the meantime, because both of them were in school. Because I can't imagine them to just be paying rent. A lot of times parents do stuff like that when their child is trying to get on their feet. So I'm assuming that's the case. But girl, I just feel like she overdid it with the pasta sauce, and that could have spiraled him down to be cheating. And even though that's not okay, that was a little extra. Sis took it too far by some damn noodles. But I really enjoyed this, and I had a really great time. Again, if you have LaDon, hopefully I can come back to your to this live so I can click on your channel so I can go over there and see, because I didn't realize I love a good old story time. I love, well, I'm not gonna say I go and watch all type of reaction channels, but I do appreciate a reaction. I do. So I would love to check that out. Again, if y'all happen to come across one that y'all feel like we can come on live and talk about, send it over this way. Even a pharmacy tech can make rent in most places. She said the noodles was the end of all. Girl, that was the issue. And the rest was just add-ons, baby. I really appreciate y'all pulling up for me on this sporadic, is it sporadic? Spare of the moment, impromptu live. And I really appreciate it conversating with you guys. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to go over there and check it out. I'm going to go over there and check it out. But y'all, I'm about to go eat that crab boil, okay? My stomach is growling. I'm hungry. And I'm going to talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great night.